Arsenal versus Tottenham, North London derby. Arsenal 2.6, Tottenham 2.7, and the draw 3.6. Those odds with 10bet, and Team Bankroll has a special promotion code. A link is in the description, or you simply enter SBR 10bet or SBR 10bet UK, depending on where you are in the world. Now, a fact here: last 3 derbies have been 1-0 by the home side. I think this will be different on this one. If you look at the both teams scoring over 2.5 goals bet, it's 1.8. A single bet, it is super low. So obviously, goals predicted in this match. Flash, you called Tottenham. Are you calling them again?
Exactly the same format. Exactly the same. Can Tottenham handle Arsenal's front 3, front 4? Probably a lot better than the Arsenal back 4 to the runners and the movement of Spurs. I think Spurs will dominate midfield. I think they've got far too much legs. And I think we're getting to a stage of Arsenal where they don't actually know what their best side is. Some of the players are not playing, some of the players are in, but the one thing you can't deny is they haven't got a decent defence. They don't keep clean sheets. They got held 1-1 at home to Wolves. They were lucky as anything away at Bournemouth last week. I watched the game intently because I had a double with Spurs. And they got away with murder. So for me, it's just a no-brainer. Don't complicate it. Tottenham 2.7.
All right, don't complicate things. 2.7. Over to our Arsenal fan. I'm guessing you'll be at... Oh, no, you're in Malta. You will not be at the game. You'll be missing this one.
No, I'll be there. Sunday, I'll be there.
Yeah, you will.
I'm back in London.
And there's no way... Let me just interrupt, Russ. There is no way on this earth he is going to mention anything positive about official play and Spurs. All right? Let me just tell you that now. It's against the religion. He wouldn't be allowed in the place he lives, never mind his own home. Over to you, Russ.
Again, it's official play is the draw at 3.74. Because if you look at the 3 out of the last 4 games at the Emirates, they've been a 1-1 draw. And funnily enough, Spurs have actually not won at the Emirates since 2011. In all competitions, Arsenal have beaten Spurs in the FA Cup, I think once or twice at the Emirates over the last 6 or 7 years. Spurs have got the best away record in the Premier League, and I was very close to honestly looking at it and going, Spurs are the value, because they're a fantastic team. I look at the way Arsenal played at home to Liverpool, and they should have beaten them. They were superb the first half. They conceded a silly goal, and then Arsenal got a leveller late on. And if Arsenal play the way they did against Liverpool, they'll cause Spurs a lot of problems. And if they play like that, which I think they will, I think this can be a draw. Can Arsenal win? Yeah, like Arsenal won last year. Spurs didn't turn up last year at the Emirates. Arsenal won 2-0. Spurs will turn up this year. Their front 3 are all firing. Son, Ali, Kane. Defensively, they're pretty strong. In the midfield, they are. But if Arsenal can turn up, which I'm sure they will, I think will be a draw. So that's the play.
Yeah, I feel Spurs are a bit better this season. They're in better form. But Cheek the Toasty says, "Big man waiting to explode. Go on, big man, let it out."
I'm actually not. I was gonna explode on Russ if he gave Arsenal, but he didn't. So. I'm actually... Listen, I got to tell you, Russ is a guy that I respect a lot because he will go... In sports betting, you have to be willing to bet against your team. And I think he sees that there's value on another side, and he's able to extenuate himself and do that. But, yeah, for me in this game, I'm going with Tottenham. I think Arsenal are a team that, I hate to say it, I think they kind of are what they are. They beat a lot of bad teams, and they played well, and I'm going to give them the respect. They haven't lost in 17 straight games, but you look at some of the games where they have stepped up in competition. I respect Russ a lot, but the truth of the matter is, and they did draw Liverpool. That's fine. But you look at it against Chelsea, they lost. You look at it against Manchester City, they lost. In the few times that they've stepped up this year, they've either won or drew, and in 2 of those games out of 3, they lost. For me, I'm going with Tottenham. This is obviously heated rivalry. I can't wait to watch this one. But I like Tottenham with the value here. 2.75. I just think they're a better side overall.
Yeah, yeah. I agree with you. And Shane says, depends how tough a night Spurs have at Wembley against Inter. Something to bear in mind for those watching after we have recorded this live. The Spurs have not played yet at Inter, so we cannot count for any injuries, or obviously we do not know the result yet. So do bear that.
Have I been muted?
Pardon? I'm muted.
Can I come in there then? No, I must have been muted because I asked if I could come in about 5 times on that. Then
I think you actually were muted because
sorry.
4 of you. We can't have 4 at the same time, so you were actually muted in my ear.
My hand up. Oh, sorry, Nat. Yeah, the thing is, that's a fallacy what they're saying there about having a tough game against Inter Milan, because they've got 2 right backs, they've got 2 left backs, they've got 5 centre halves, they've got Winks. They've got Sissoko, they've got Dyer, they've got Ericsson, Mora, Son, Lamella, Kane. I mean, how many teams can you put out? They've got 5 players that would walk into nearly every single side in the Premier League sitting on the bench. And that's why Tottenham are doing so well, is because they're being kept out by players that are actually producing on the pitch. So it's regardless of how they get on tonight.
All right, well,
totally agree with that, Flash. Totally agree with that. And obviously, big man, just on Arsenal's 2 defeats, obviously they came very, very on in Emery's tenure, home to City, away at Chelsea, where against Torreira and Xhaka hadn't been able to get that partnership. So I think they have got that partnership now. And yeah, that midfield battle on Sunday will be great to watch. Torreira fighting the challenges. And
I have nothing but respect
and Xhaka there as well.
I've really, I love the way they're playing. I think Emery's been terrific. I just look at a team like Tottenham, and I think their defense is just better than Arsenal's. I still don't know if I trust, some of those in the back. Is Bellerin a guy that long term is going to continue to play like this? Shkodran Mustafi's been horrendous. So I'm still not totally sure yet. I know Tottenham's going to give me, some really good defense at the back. So I think that's the edge here. I'll go on that.
All right. And yes, there is a mute when I'm in the studio, and 3. But for the people listening at home, they hear everybody's videos. I like Spurs draw no bet at 2.03. Again, I like that sort of dipping in case of the possible draw, because I think that is very live. Also like the classic here, both teams to score over 2.5 goals at 1.82 official plays. Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to our channel. Now, we've put a lot of work into producing all these free videos, so please help us out and keep all our content free for you forever by simply liking, sharing, commenting, and subscribing. Now, not to mention, a visit to our industry-leading website will warm the hearts of all our SBR employees, especially myself. Now, the links are over there to the left, so do check those out. Thanks for watching.